Hello and welcome to the first episode of Liogerzero Rants. Not really. This episode's not gonna be a rant. It's mostly gonna be an explanation, and I'm gonna be talking about the subject you see on the screen here, Pokemon. First, what is this? This is going to be a rant or chat video of me talking about certain subjects. You can choose them yourself. If I don't get one, I'll put them up myself. I'll decide a subject and put it up. Recently, my channel is mostly ranting from Pokemon with sprinkles of other stuff in there. And, I've been... Hold up. What is going wrong with this thing? Hello? Okay, there it is. The mic's not working right. Sorry about this. But no. Pokemon. It was a good series when it started. I stopped watching after a certain point. I stopped watching after Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl. When Ash got screwed by the dude, they didn't want to end the series. They were making too much money off it. So they throw Ash an unbeatable challenge. Make his Pokemon only there to take hits. And just keep him going. Make him forget everything he learned. In my honest opinion, by that point in the series, he's been through the Kanto region twice. The Orange Islands. Johto, Hoenn, then Sinnoh. That's 5 areas. 5 regions. In all honesty, his Pikachu used to be so strong that if it sneezed, it turned his opponent to a bloody smear. Sure, it did have a few power deep, and they did give a good explanation why it didn't. It got jacked. Its power got jacked by Zekrom. But seriously, in my honest opinion, they should have aged him. Aged him, made him 13, 14, 15. Introduced a love interest in the beginning of Sinnoh. Made him wiser, more mature. Make it where he didn't lose as often. Which I would admit in Sinnoh, I didn't watch a lot of it because I didn't wake up early in the morning during those years. On Saturdays, I slept in. And, excuse me, when those were on, I just didn't care. To be honest, I didn't care. I don't remember him losing too badly against anybody but the first gym leader. Excuse me, I'm pulling up my Beats audio. Let's see why my mic's not working right. What else was there? Let me put this aside. Recording experience. The hell? Well, as I was saying, it seriously just screwed over everybody. We saw that come out of the blue. No one saw it coming. It was just... there we go. It might help if I actually turn up my mic level. It's down to a freaking bass audio of 32. Now here it is up at 64. Or, excuse me, 80. Now y'all can actually hear me. Sorry if y'all can hear it in the back. That's my fan. It's hot as hell here in Texas. But no. I'll start from the beginning. I got into my rant. In the first series, when he's going through Kanto the first time, it was fine. I just didn't like the fact that he never caught Pokemon. And any Pokemon he didn't know how to handle, what do? Well, I don't want to train this anymore. Here, you have it. Butterfree, I can understand. It was mating season. He didn't want him to keep it away from its true lover. Okay. If they actually had taken him grown a pair, Charmeleon would have respected him, and he wouldn't have trouble. Charizard probably would have won the whole shebang at the Indigo Plateau. Now, there he had a lot of problems, but he's a beginning trainer. I bet everyone here who's watching this, who will ever watch this, had trouble with their very first Pokemon game. I know I did. I had trouble in Elite Four. I'd make it to, I think, your rival, the final battle, make down the last Pokemon and not make it. But then again, all I did was train my starter and like one other Pokemon that I liked. And then usually relied on a team I caught at the Victory Road. Not very balanced, would it? I didn't change till the Heart Goes to Silver remakes, honestly. No, Platinum. Because then I was watching Charlie Conroy. He showed me the error of my ways, pretty much. Yeah, we all had trouble when we first started playing Pokemon. We were all masters. Okay, I'll let that on rest. The Orange Island. I think he had trouble on one person. Or did he? Did you ever have to go back to somebody again? And that no. Seriously. Orange Island was a breeze for him. That was just a vacation. Okay, then we hit Johto. Now, my Johto memory is foggy. I know he had trouble against the Skarmory. Because against this chick with a Skarmory. I think it was Jasmine. Yeah, I think it was Jasmine because so he was training with Cyndaquil's fire to get reignited faster. I remember that one. I remember Whitney. Him having trouble with Whitney, but then again, we all did at that point. Unless you really just trained one Pokemon that well, at that point you couldn't. Only type advantage you get was that Machops you traded a Drowsy off. So yeah, unless you knew what you're doing, you weren't gonna have that easy a time with Whitney. I'd give him that one. Jasmine, I can give him that one. She gave me a little bit of trouble. No, she didn't. I always picked Typhlosion. I love Typhlosion. Okay, before I forget, well, I'll just explain at the end then. Typhlosion, yeah. He didn't really have trouble against anybody else. No, Claire. If I remember right, he had trouble against Claire. Then we had the whole saga with the Larvitar, which in my opinion should have came back to him about the time he entered Sinnoh. It should have came to him. It should have tried to get in contact with, I guess, the Pokemon Rangers to come back to him. Yeah, I could see. At least then he'd have a Pokemon that was out of his comfort zone. That was my problem with that. She always caught sweepers. All the way up until Torterra. He always had sweepers. Like, dude, get out of your comfort zone. Company, Nintendo, or whoever's making the series. Stop putting him in a comfort zone, making it look like that's the only way you can play. That full-on, I'm not going to train, I'm just going to retry. Because every time he lost, he didn't go train. He trained, like, okay, Johto he trained. Hoenn, I think he trained, because I don't remember much of Hoenn. There was like 5 they did like 3 different things with Hoenn. My memory's foggy on that. It was a couple years, that was like early middle school. It was like middle school. Which is like 8, 9 years ago for me. Then we hit Hoenn. I remember he having trouble on Flannery, Norman, and I think one other person he had trouble on. That was it. They did introduce something cool in that series, which was the contests. No, it honestly wasn't that cool. How many people here can say that they went into the games like, oh, cool, contests? Something other than more strategic battle form. Ooh, it's so cool. No, none of us did. We were like, the fuck is this? It was just a pointless thing. Then they got rid of it, which I think made a lot more people mad, even though not many people liked it. The general consensus of my friends were like, contest? Screw that. Only thing the contest was good for was rating some beauty to get a Milotic, which everybody wanted. Everyone I know wanted that Milotic. You had freaking... Me and my friends spent like 5 hours one day just grinding, trying to find those Feebas under that one bridge. We both found one. They were obviously, we traded it and we bred an army. It ended up... I think we actually ended up selling them. The Feebas eggs for like $3 a piece. Made like, for like a couple bucks a piece, and made $100 or something. Seriously, we were done with that. Yeah, okay. Then we went to. Then we were in Sinnoh. Sinnoh, we had an introduce of a new female character. Okay. Or no, excuse me. Then we went to the Battle Frontier. The Battle Frontier was the most convoluted way to break Ash apart. By that point, his team should have been so powerful. By that point, he should have been able to carry more than 6 Pokemon. He should have been carried about 10 to 12. He's experienced as hell. He knew how to take care of them all. Or he should have been learning how to take care of them all from Brock. That's when they really started sort of pulling him away from not having friends and more having like people he meets up with, travels for a little bit, goes on his own separate way. Had Brock, like in the Battle Frontier, that's when Brock should have been. They should have Brock teaching him how to take care of his Pokemon, what to feed them, how to feed them, this, that, and the other. But then yeah, then instead we Sinnoh could have started, he could have been on his own. And they could have been aging him slowly. Made him look like he was 14, 15, 16. By that point, here's how I see it. Let's go back to the age. Here's how I saw it. It took him about a year for the first to Johto, the Indigo Plateau. It took him about 6 months, 3 to 6 months for the Orange Islands. It took him another year for Johto. By this point, I think they started 10 or 11. Either way, he's 12 and a half, 13 and a half. No, I think it took him a little bit longer for Johto. Yeah, about, let's say a year for Johto. A little bit over a year for Johto. So he's anywhere from 12 and a half to 15. To 14. 13, 14. Okay, that's fine. Then we hit Hoenn. Add another year onto it. This is being kind. I'm saying they moved a lot faster because we all know they did. Because they were hitting. Hey, you need help? Okay, we'll spend 3 weeks here helping you. The year there. He's 14, 15, 13, 14, 15 now. At the end of Hoenn. Another year through Kanto, going to each of the... Because he went all the way... I think he went through 90% of Kanto in the Battle Frontier. On different things he stopped for. So, let's even say 6 months. That brings him up to a solid 15. 3 years, then the 2 halves. 14, 15. In my opinion, that's old enough for somebody with 4 years of experience. 4 to 4.5 years of experience in training Pokemon. And an army of, about, at that point, let's say about 40 plus Pokemon on him. Total. He should have had 10 Pokemon. Had a team going. During the Battle Frontier, Brock starts teaching him how to travel on his own in case it ever happens. How to survive. How to read a map properly. Oh, I can't even finish that. How to read a map properly. I'm laughing because of it. Shut that. When that happened. Then we could have had either he could travel with Dawn and be teaching her. Because in my opinion, by then Ash would have been an elite trainer. He beat. I think in the canon they mentioned that Brandon of the Battle Factory, the Battle Pyramid, came close to beating Cynthia, who's considered the most powerful of all the champions, without his legendaries. And Ash beat all 3 of his legendary golems, I think. Yeah, all 3 of his legendary golems. So in my opinion, that would have made him an elite trainer. Not up there with like a champion, but in the Elite 4 level. Enough where he could retire if he wanted and open up freaking school for Pokemon. For training, for trainers. Had him with Dawn, or his love, whoever they introduced for love interest. That would have worked. Would have been cool, would have been nice. Actually made sure he kept his knowledge, and Pikachu kept his power. Started carrying Pokemon like Charizard. Got his Primate back. Got his Haunter / Gengar, because I'd call it a trade. He didn't get any. He got the badge for the Gengar, for the Haunter, pretty much. I call it a trade. Even not how easy is it to trade with a friend. Here, you got something that needs to be traded to evolve? Here. I'll take that back. I've done that 3 times. But seriously, then, yeah, okay. He would have been, and let's say it took him a year and a half because Sinnoh's massive. I think Sinnoh's the biggest of the continents. To go through Sinnoh. And it put him at 16. Let's say he went to 15, 16. He just, and at then they should have had him beat Sinnoh. Went there, went to the Indigo Plateau, challenged the Johto Kanto Elite Four because they were combined, if you go by the anime. Beat them, separated it, created the Kanto Elite Four, had that together. Then start the Unova series, or restart the Kanto series. 20 years in the down the timeline, 20, 30 years down the timeline, Ash married his love interest, has a kid, daughter, son, who cares, and they're gonna do they're gonna do Unova, Kanto, whatever they wanted to do. That would have been cool. Would have made it interesting. Cause I lost interest. What else can I say? It just, they had to make it. Was the way the show is, no matter how hard you try, you're never gonna succeed. So that's what it seemed like. Every time Ash was about to win, he lost. Every time he was about to complete his dream, somebody came along with a sledgehammer and said no, knocked out his foundation. Every time he was about to finish, Tobias, Morrison, who beat him in the Richie. Well, I won't chuck it. I'll chuck up that one up to Charizard. Who else? Seriously. What up? But seriously, every time he was about to win, something came along. I can understand Morrison from, I think it was Morrison, the one who beat him in Johto. I can understand Richie, who's early in the series. I don't remember who beat him in the Unova region, not the Hoenn region. But Tobias, whatever the hell you call his name is. Did they really have to give him 3 legendaries? Latias, Darkrai, I think he had 1 more. Did you really have to give him 3 damn legendaries? Is that what you want to teach the kids? Only way to win is to have something, a legend on your side? It's not fair. This is not fair. What else? Okay, it's only 18 minutes. I'll switch to the game side 3. Pokemon the Game series. It was good. Yellow, red, blue, green. They were amazing games. Perfect when they came out. At the time, they were the greatest contribution to gaming ever. Johto came out. Gold, silver, then crystal. Oh my god. New features, new Pokemon. You get to go back to where you started. Everybody started their roots at, who's in that generation. Give the new generation a look back into how it started. It was amazing. Johto and Kanto, in my opinion, were two of the best regions in the entire series. They were fun. They had challenge in them. There were points where you had to go and grind. You couldn't just push your way through the game. Hope for a lucky critical and win. You could try that, but 9 times out of 10, you wanted to go back and play through. You didn't have to. You didn't have to sit there and. Oh, I beat it. Time to ditch this and go play something else. Which I'm sure people did. But at the time, they were fun. They were new. It was something new. Something no one had ever done before. Game Freak and Nintendo hit it out of the park when they picked up on the game series for this. They launched it into the sky. Then we had the couple-year break. I think it was like 99. I think a 6-year break. Because Crystal, Red, Blue, Yellow, Green. Then we got Crystal, Gold, Silver. One right after another. Then we were like, where the Game Boy Advance came out, we're like, okay, we're gonna get another Pokemon game. All the news friends were like, we're gonna get another Pokemon game. We're gonna get another Pokemon game. They held us off with the Stadium games. That kind of helped us. The GameCube came out, we got Coliseum and XD Yellow Darkness. Those helped hold us off. No, excuse me. Then we got Ruby, Sapphire, then a year or two later, Emerald. Oh my god, those were so amazing. Those were perfect. Those came out at the right time, even though they weren't liked when they first came out. And believe it or not, yes, when the whole game first came out, they were despised. People were saying, these don't look like Pokemon, they look like animals. This doesn't look right. But they were still amazing games. Everybody loved them. They had such they introduced the contest feature. They introduced a whole new variety of Pokemon. Then came... Oh, they introduced an amazing storyline. They got away from Team Rocket. The storyline kicked up. It was amazing. I'm sorry for the pauses in between each thing. I'm trying to think. I didn't write the script. I didn't write a script for me to read off of. Then we started getting the console game, the GameCube games. We got Coliseum, Coliseum, Gale of Darkness. The DS came out. We were waiting. I think we were like 6 months after the DS came out. We got what was it called? Oh, Platinum and Pearl. No, Diamond and Pearl. Those introduced a new region. Introduced, I think, 100+ new Pokemon. New type combinations no one had ever seen before. No one before that point had never seen a Fighting Steel type, a Ghost Ice type, a Water Steel type, a Grass Ground type. Everything was new. It was shiny. Everybody loved it. We fell in love again. The Pokemon fans fell back in love. We had lost our hope. 2009, 8, 9 when that came out. We had lost hope of Pokemon by then. I had lost hope. When I bought Diamond, I wasn't expecting what I got. I was expecting another mediocre game that they pushed out for the new system. But what I got was amazing. It rekindled my passion for it. I just noticed I missed something. We'll go back a little bit. I'm gonna jump in my time so you can go back in time a little bit. Then they put out after Ruby and Sapphire, they put out Heart Gold, Fire Red, and Leaf Green remakes of the amazing games with everything new. They put out they switched Pokemon up. They gave us a harder difficulty for it. Again, I had to grind again in that. In all honesty, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire, I didn't have to grind ever. I blew through the game. I was losing faith. Leaf Green and Fire Red came out. It kept the flame. Those games kept the flame alive. They kept the torch going. If those two didn't come out, I probably wouldn't be as big as Pokemon fan as I am. Now back to Diamond, Platinum, Pearl. I was like, okay, cool. All these new Pokemon, all these cool things. I couldn't get any of the event Pokemon. I saw my friends getting them. They told me how cool they were. I saw how cool they were. I saw them do. We did competitive battles with it. We weren't big competitive guys like, oh, they have to be level 100, perfect IVs, perfect EVs, perfect moveset. We just did it for the fun of it. We didn't care about, oh, if you're using a Garchomp, it better be Jolly Nature, or it better be Adamant. Who cared? Who cared that your Gardevoir had to be modest? Or had to be modest or jolly or something that gave you plus special attack minus defense or special defense. Who cared? We didn't care. We had fun. They introduced so much new stuff. They introduced pre-evolutions, new evolutions, split evolutions, new items, new stones, new this, new that, and the other. Then, after Platinum, which in my opinion, Diamond, Platinum, Pearl had the darkest storyline of all of them. It was amazing. The storylines were amazing. Those brought the torch back. Those are what bring the torch back to the new Pokemon. Then, when it was announced, I think every kid that had played second generation crapped their pants or had a heart attack or both. The announce of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I think every kid grabbed their heart and was having simultaneous heart attacks if they played those games. They introduced new features. Your Pokemon ran with you. The Pokewalker. The little bottom screen now had an actual use. The Pokeathlon. An extended storyline. The Safari Zone was back. They removed the ridiculous contests, which I don't think anybody did. They made the game harder. You actually had to grind. You had to put in work. You had to grind in the victory road with your team. You had to put in work. Then Unova rolled around. Unova died, killed it. Unova was snuffing out that fire slowly. 100 plus new Pokemon? Who cares? Where's all our traditional guys? Who cares that there was a, who cares about the new rotation battle, the triple battle, the, what else was there? The other new types. Who cared? We didn't. We wanted our teams. We wanted the Pokemon we grew up with. It just didn't work. It was a disappointment. The Black and White 1 was a disappointment. I think the champion had level 60 plus Pokemon when I went to him. Or no, had 60 plus Pokemon. My team was rocking 45. I was rocking 45s. I shit you not, I was rocking 45s. My starter was 47. I didn't even have to heal spam. I ran through like he was made out of freaking paper. I literally just went straight through him and had no issues. It literally, but you didn't have to put in work. Once you got shit done, once you hit level 45, 50, you didn't put in work. You were done. You were done. Kalos, I loved it. It was amazing. It was good. We had new Pokemon, a new type, new battle types, swarms. You had, I think before you even got the national dex, you could catch, I think like 200 to 300 of the national dex without even attaining the national dex. If you caught every Pokemon you came across, I think you could have 300 Pokemon. 300 different Pokemon. Not counting events. Not counting the Charmander, the Bulbasaur, or the Squirtle you got given. You just get so many Pokemon in the game. It was amazing. You had so many good members. You didn't have problems with, oh well, I'm not going to use this guy. He's not strong enough. You didn't have that issue. You didn't have the issue of just having to put together a team of Pokemon you most likely didn't like. I know in Black and White, I didn't like my team. I hated my team. Except for my Servine, or my Survivor. Superior, I hated my team. I built the team out of mostly HMs. I had, let's see, I had a Simipour, a Swanna, and a pack rat. A pat rat. No, a herder. All three of them were HM slaves. That tell you how much I hated it. Kalos, it's there. It was just so easy. The EXP share. Who told him to put it as an EXP? Oh, that made it way, way, way too easy. You didn't have to worry about grinding. My X and Y team was. Give me a second. Computing. Lapras, Lucario, Nidoking, Charizard, Delphox, Blaziken, and Gardevoir. I could run with 7 Pokemon. They all were about equal level. I think my Lucario lagged a little bit behind, but that was because I got him at 25 and my team was at 30. Because of that EXP share. Why turn it off when it gave you so much easy EXP? And you even take away from your starter. It took away from Pokemon fighting. Everybody else just got a little bit of EXP. It made it too easy. You didn't have to work for your Pokemon's grinding. You only had to work on one of them. Maybe 2 of them. If you had like a reason why I was carrying 7 Pokemon is, I'd level 1 Pokemon up to the goal, put him in the box, pull out the other one, put that other one up at the front, level him there. Everybody's there. Go to the next gym, beat it, rinse and repeat. It was just too easy. Had a good storyline. Had an amazing storyline. Hopefully, Nintendo, I doubt you're listening, but if you are, Game Freak, Nintendo, don't ruin it. You're ruining it. Right, you're listening to the fans though. You're staying in there. You're holding on. You may be falling, but you're holding on. As long as you listen to the fans, you can stay alive. Ruby, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, don't make it an EXP all. Make it an EXP share. I'll see you guys in the next episode of my rant. Where I talk about something. I rant. I vent. Whatever it is. I'll see you guys next time.